Hello, hi everyone. Welcome back to our channel. Here in this video, today we are going to discuss about DevOps roadmap. If you are a aspiring DevOps engineer or DevSecOps engineer or cloud engineer or maybe site reliability engineer, these all are different categories which falls under the particular DevOps engineer. Okay, so if you are a student or else planning to learn DevOps, this was the helpful video, and also try to watch the video till end. By that you will get a clear idea where to start and what to learn, what to do, and also share the information or video with your friends or colleagues who are planning to switch your career or planning to start your career into a DevOps. First of all, make sure you need to understand DevOps fundamentals. When we say DevOps fundamentals, that includes majorly what is DevOps, why DevOps, before DevOps, how the structure or methodology is there, and by using DevOps, what extra can be done, what advantages it can be gained, and how was the flow. Like that, you need to have a basic fundamentals of using DevOps. Later, start with Linux. Every DevOps engineer should have a certain level of programming expertise. At least you need to be able to understand. Okay, and for generating logs or some metrics, you need to have some scripting language. That's where the Linux and shell scripting come into picture. Make sure you be thorough and don't jump directly into a DevOps, set a pipeline and use a command from Google search or ChatGPT and run that particular pipeline. That it works, but the ideal way to implement your approach was this. You need to know the fundamentals, later need to know the scripting part, later you need to go with the code part, code management, especially we can say source code management. We can say you can see like Git was the one of the popular source code management tool. Almost every company may adopt, and there are some other tools also like Bitbucket. And Git is the like quite popular and more like advanced features are there. We can track the changes and we can clone the repository whatever we needed, and we can collaborate with the team with respect to code. I'm talking. We can collaborate with the team smoothly. And GitHub is like web version, web console access of Git. If it is locally installed, then it is Git. There is no internet access, and if you access Git in your GitHub repository, then it is a GitHub, and you need to have familiarity with this. And later the Maven tool come into picture. What exactly Maven do? Maven is a build tool. Whenever you get a code from respect to development team, first, before going for testing or further scanning or any Jenkins pipeline integration, you need to build that particular code, right? Where we can get a var or .jar file from this particular Maven only. There are other tools also. Maven is especially used for .java projects, and if you have like different Python or Node.js, based upon the requirement, the build tools may also change. There is a popular tool, Gradle, also for larger projects that will be helpful. And later, testing phase. I think if you see a DevOps, there is a infinity loop, where the feedback is looping entirely. That connects the plan stage, planning to planning to code, after that code to build to test to release to deploy, and deploy to monitor and operate, from operate and monitor to feedback, and feedback again loop to the particular plan stage. Okay, whatever the feedback got, based upon that they will plan accordingly. And now we are in the testing phase. This particular SonarQube comes under the testing phase. After that, we need to go with some SAST tools or DAST tools. Like there is a security tools, like especially WAPS dependency check, and WAPS ZAP also. WAPS ZAP is for dynamic application security testing, where we need to pass the URL and NVD token, where you will get from NVD URL, National Vulnerability Department. It is there is a certain standards is there by using that particular thing. And dependency check, where it will scan the code and it will check any vulnerability present or not, based upon the like standard rollbacks available on the dependency check folder. And meanwhile, we need to start with the Jenkins. Don't think like let's learn every tool on the scripting, like Git, shell scripting, after that Maven, SonarQube, any Trivy, Docker, WebSap, Ansible, Terraform, everything will learn the Jenkins. No, the ideal DevOps like roadmap learning the DevOps things was not like that. After completing the just SonarQube, just start with the you can start with the Jenkins part. After completing Maven itself, you can start the Jenkins, where that particular tools. Jenkins is a server where it will works as a configuration, continuous integration and continuous delivery deployment, where it will automatically deploys your particular Jenkins, where you can integrate the multiple tools starting from Git, and Maven and SonarQube, and you can integrate Trivy and security tools, whatever you are using, and you can integrate the Ansible into your particular code, and Terraform, you can integrate the Docker. Let's say if you wanted to scan any Docker image by using Trivy, you can scan that. I mean, you can integrate the Trivy into the Jenkins, and this particular Trivy is scanning the Docker image, right? We are using a Linux command. We are not going to integrate a Linux, but however we are using in Windows command prompt. Likewise, the Linux commands we are using if we are in a Linux server. Okay, that is how the continuous integration works. And let's say if you integrated any security tools, okay, then what it exactly does was, without any manual intervention, let's say if you wanted to run a some Fortify analysis or some SAST testing or dashed testing and SCA analysis, then normally source code analysis or static code analysis, we can say, we need to specify some commands, and we need to pass the particular file what we need to scan, and we need to pass the particular output format and where to store that particular output format. All the things we need to frame a command, and we need to pass. If you are using Windows command line, then we need to use that particular command in Windows CLI to get the particular results, right? In Jenkins, what we do now, we can, I mean, there is two options, like in Jenkins there is two options. One was freestyle, and in that particular freestyle, how we are integrating, how we are getting the reports from Windows command line. Likewise, we are just passing a command, it will get the output. And there is another one, it is pipeline, where the tools are integrated in a like a sequence. First this Git, Maven, and after that SonarQube testing, after the security testing, after that Trivy testing, after that Fortify. Like that, all will go as per the flow, how we are going to structure the format. In Jenkins, we are going to use a scripting, that is a groovy scripting, where it's a structured format. It is a human readable, and you can also easily understandable if you try to integrate something, and moreover you definitely learn a lot of things while exploring the Jenkins aspect. So while exploring the Jenkins, you will get to know like a lot of things, and how to integrate and how to store the credentials. There is a lot of plugins. Jenkins supports more than 1800 plus of plugins. You get to know all the things. And Apache Tomcat, it is a server where you can store, or you can not just storing purpose, where you can host your particular any server. Let's say your Jenkins server need to host in Apache Tomcat, then you can use particular Apache Tomcat server for hosting a Jenkins. And you can host any application like Fortify and SonarQube web hosting applications. You can host by using a Apache Tomcat. It is a free. You just need to download the Apache Tomcat, and you need to enable the ports. Okay, and you need to start the server from services. And you can, I think till we covered like starting from Linux, Git, after that Maven, SonarQube, and some security tools. WAP, Zap, WAP dependency check, Trivy, Fortify, Snake. There are different tools there. You can explore that, and you can start with later the Ansible. Ansible is for configuration management tool, where you get to know like let's say some lot of servers is there. We need to automate, or we need to deploy, let's say, newer version of Python. Then you need to run a single command, and that particular command make changes in entire servers. Okay, that's what configuration management. Then you can start with Terraform, where it is a IAC tool, infrastructure as a code, where you are going to write a specific Terraform is written in which language? I think HashiCorp language. There is a dedicated script, HashiCorp, and later you can start with the Nexus repository management, where Sonatype is a company name, and for especially Nexus repository management you can start. And you can start with any of the cloud platform, where let's say if you need to host your application in the cloud platform, then obviously you need to learn. And Docker and Kubernetes, it is a simultaneous part, I can say, but first go with the Docker, later go with the Kubernetes. Docker is a containerization platform, where Kubernetes is a container orchestration platform. And let's say Docker, you are running a lot of Docker images, and like after running images, it is forms a container, right? To manage like a lot of containers manually, each and every container we cannot able to manage. So at that time Kubernetes comes into picture, where you can manage that particular Docker containers by using a Kubernetes. And to Kubernetes we can also say K8s to manage this particular Kubernetes pods, clusters, all those things. There is a Argo CD, okay, where this particular Kubernetes clusters are managed by using this particular thing. It is like how we are integrating and delivering and deploying by using Jenkins. Likewise, Kubernetes is managed and deployed by using a Argo CD. And later this Prometheus and Grafana comes into picture, where Prometheus is for log like representation, and Grafana is for logs collecting. Grafana will collect the logs, and Prometheus, that logs will showcases in a representative dashboards. And Yeah, I think this is the pretty good roadmap, I can say. And Trello is a tool where the people in your team can collaborate, and you can showcases your work, whatever you have done, and some rewards giving tool just collaboration purpose, we can say. And Helm charts, when you are exploring the Kubernetes, that Helm charts will come, and you can later start with the DevOps projects, where that will build your confidence to give you interviews and to get some scenario based questions. Let's say if you are facing any issues, you are able to explain what you have faced in the real time. And later there is a concept of DevSecOps, where this particular DevSecOps, in the sense, whatever the entire discussion till now we have did, entire tools starting from Linux, Git, and SonarQube, and some tools, Ansible, Terraform, Docker, Kubernetes, Cloud Platform, Grafana, Prometheus, all are included. But in each and every stage, this particular security is added as a extra. If you see for SAST part, dashed part, there are various security tools, especially Trivy, Snake for infrastructure as a code. Let's say Terraform files is there, Trivy will scan that, and especially designed for infra scanning. And Snake will scan the ISA codes, and this particular Trivy will scans the Docker images, especially that was designed especially for that. And I mean, for each tool there is a dedicatedly some features are there. We need to explore that. And regarding the security perspective, let's say Git leaks, where it will detect the secrets, and Git Guardian, it is also for secret detection. And 45 OpenText 45, where it will perform both stashed as well as dashed. And SBOM, Sonatype SBOM is there, and Trivy also generates SBOM, where that will gives the overall vulnerabilities, as well as the some structure and some libraries what we have used in the particular source code. Likewise, in each and every stage, it is like lift shift. Lift shift in the sense, in the early stages only, the particular let's say something is going wrong, it is always very much important to detect it and fix it in the early stages only. Okay, if it is not detected and fixed, then it will cause the entire like life cycle into trouble. And at the time while fixing it, it will cost more, as well as it affects other things also. So that is the thing. That's where the DevSecOps, where security is the key concept. And while adding security in the IDE itself, while developers developing code, we can integrate many tools within the IDE, so that it will be helpful to the developers as well. And as a DevOps person, you also to manage the methodology easily. And this is the roadmap what I suggest to follow you while you are planning to learn DevOps or DevSecOps, okay, especially the cloud engineers. And stay tuned for more videos. Thank you for watching the video.